scary, right? So we're going to do a yin practice today, and it's kind of a full body release. So we're going to do a bit of everything. And if you were doing this at home, you'd want something like a pillow if you don't have a bolster. And we've got a couple of bricks, but you can do it without bricks if you want to. We're actually going to start in a seated position. So you can either sit on the bolster, you can have your knees sort of either side of the bolster if you find that really helps to keep your spine nice and tall, or you can sit cross-legged, or you can sit cross-legged on your bolster if you really want. Whatever floats your boat, I'm going to do that. But whatever option you choose, just invite your spine to really lengthen up. Soften down your shoulders, and if you're comfortable to, close down the eyes. Just lower your gaze if that feels more comfortable for you. And I want to just take a few minutes just to arrive and to settle. So just enjoy the quiet. So we've just been talking about kids and dogs and holidays and things. You know, just notice the quiet around you. Perhaps you can hear birds singing, and then invite your mind to find a similar level of peace and stillness. We're never intending to completely close the mind off to be silent. That's just not natural or human for your brain to be like that. But we want to just turn the volume down and get to a place where we're not distracted by the brain and the mind. It will try and get our attention. But part of your practice is to just return back to your breath, back to your body, whatever helps you anchor into your practice, rather than scurrying off with many thoughts over the next hour. And then try to begin to connect to your breath. So breathing in and out through the nose as long as that is okay for you. And see if you can just find a little bit of space in the body through the breath. So feel the rib cage expand and the belly as you're breathing in, and then they slowly soften as you exhale. And just notice the quality of your breath, how your breath feels, how it presents, and the magic of it, that it just does it without you having to tell it to do it. Your body just naturally breathes for you. That's pretty amazing. And then I'm going to invite you to take a breath practice using Karinyasa, which is contact of the fingers. And I'm going to just talk you through it. So if you can have your palms facing up and your hands just resting on your legs. So there's no weight in your hands here, they're just being held. And then you take the top of your thumb and you just rest it at the base of your index finger. I will talk you through as we take this practice, but in simple terms, as we breathe, we take an inhale and an exhale on each pad of the fingers, and we work our way along the fingers in a spiral. But I will guide you through, so you don't have to really think too much about it, but do try and use this contact of your fingers to help you stay focused and connected to your breath and deepen that connection with your breath. So, thumb or both thumbs at the base of your index finger. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. And then slide your thumb to the middle of your index finger. Breathe in here. Exhale out. Slide your thumb to the top of your index finger, breathe in here. Exhale out. Move your thumb to the top of your middle finger, take an inhale and exhale here. Then move your thumb to the top of your ring finger, breathe in and out here. Then we move it to the top of the little finger. Nice deep inhale and exhale. That thumb moves down to the middle of your little finger, breathing in and breathing out. And then And down to the base of your little finger, inhale. And exhale. Move the thumb to the base of your ring finger, breathe in. Exhale out. So the base of your middle finger, inhale. And exhale. Go up to the middle of your middle finger, breathe in. Exhale out. And then lastly, just to the middle of your ring finger, breathe in here. Exhale out. This time we're going to just slide the thumb from the bottom of the finger to the top of the finger, and that's on your inhale, and with your exhale you're going to squeeze at the top. So we're just going to run from index to middle to ring to little. So we start at the bottom of your index finger. As you breathe in, slide your thumb to the top of the finger, and as you exhale, just squeeze at the top. Move it to your middle finger at the bottom, slide to the top as you breathe in. Exhale and squeeze at the top. Ring finger starts at the bottom, inhale, slide to the top. Exhale, squeeze. Last one, bottom of the little finger, inhale to the top. And then exhale, squeeze. Good stuff. Just release the hands, wiggle through the fingers if you want to, even rotate around into the wrists if you feel like that's going to serve you well. Then slowly start to just blink open your eyes, come back into the space. Good. Then we're just going to do a little tapping onto the chest just to stimulate some energy. So just around the kind of center of your chest. Don't bash yourself really hard, just gently tap. Just stimulate some energy around your heart space, around the prana space. So I want to shift any negative or dormant energy and just kind of move it around the body a little bit. And it's quite fun to talk and do this at the same time. Okay, just around your collarbones. Good, and then just release, just shake out into the wrists, into the hands. Okay, so we're going to start with Baddha Konasana today. So we take the soles of the feet together and we take the knees out. So in yin, this is called butterfly. If you feel you need something to sit on, just to lift the pelvis up, you can sit on the edge of the bolster. Take the soles of the feet out, the knees down, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. We want the pubic bone pointing down towards the ground and lifting up through your heart space, nice and tall. So just decide what props, if any, you need. If you're at home, you might want to put a cushion underneath your butt, perhaps. And then place the hands wherever's comfortable for you, but try not to put them somewhere that's going to create that sort of round and closing down of the front body. We want to sit up nice and tall and lengthen out through the body. So imagine there's kind of a, I don't know, hook on the crown of your head perhaps, and it's just drawing you up towards the sky. You're nice and open across your chest and your heart. You don't need to hang on with these hands, try and just have soft contact. Some people like to take the elbows onto the thighs and the hands onto the shins, but again, if you're going to take that, try not to round through the body. Try and still keep your spine nice and tall. If you're comfortable to, perhaps again return to that closing down of the eyes or lowering of the gaze. This is called pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. Vision's probably one of the most distracting senses for the mind. So just closing the eyes enables us to remove that obstacle onto our practice. And return back to your focus of your physical body perhaps, or your breath. Maybe the contact between your body and the surface below. Maybe imagine really lengthening up and creating space between each of your vertebrae and your spine, softening into the shoulders and the face. And then you're just going to stay here. Can't use my timer because I'm using the phone to record, so I'm just going to wing it. Just keep breathing and invite those hips to really open up and the legs to be heavy and relax down towards the ground. How close the feet are towards your body is really up to you, whatever feels like it's giving you the most space in the body and the hips. is going to be the right choice. And tune into that breath that you found through the vinyasa, Karinyasa. And perhaps you can feel the breath in the tummy and the chest and the ribs. Maybe you feel an active stretch on the insides of your legs. And just opening into the groins, into the adductors. If you feel it in your lower back, just try and sit up a little taller, broader across the chest. And just stay connected to your breath. You are very welcome to stay where you are, or I'm going to offer you the opportunity to take a bit of a forward fold in this position. This is going to stretch more into the inside of your legs. So if you already feel you have plenty of that, then by all means you do not need to take this. And likewise, it's more of a hinge forward from the hips and keeping the spine long than a rounding through. So we want to just take the chest further down towards the feet and keep reaching the crown of the head forwards so we can still keep that length in the spine. So we don't want to close that front body, we want to keep the front body as long as the back body. And breathe into the back of your lungs, into the side of your ribs. Try not to white knuckle your hold with your hands, but certainly you can use the hands to just help you leverage that fold a little bit. And then just breathe into any sensation that is being created by the position you are in. Good. We're going to stay here for about 4 more rounds of breath. If you would like to come out before that, it's your practice, it's your body, just listen to yourself. Otherwise, we just breathe it in, let it go. 3 more of those. With each inhale, we're really lengthening the spine. With each exhale, you're just letting go of what no longer serves you. 2 more, breathe in. Exhale out. Last one here. Good, exhale, release. If you folded forward, just bring yourself back up to a nice seat. And then we're going to just bring the hands behind the legs and just gently bring the knees up towards the surface, to the sky, the feet to the surface on the floor. We're going to just take the hands behind us, take the feet as wide as the mat there or thereabouts. We're just going to windscreen wiper the legs just to release into the hips. So as you exhale, just let them come down to one side. As you inhale, they come back through center, and then your exhale takes them to the other side. And just flow through this with the rhythm of your own breath, just inviting those hips to release out. Dropped a phone on my toe earlier. I cannot tell you how painful it was. I actually screamed because it hurt, and I've got a really big bruise on it now. It looks really bad. My dog was freaking out, wondering what was going on. It really hurt. Okay, we're going to just stay on one side, doesn't matter which. Just try and keep the upper body nice and tall. Just let the top leg particularly be heavy. So getting a bit of a twist through the body. And space into the hip joints, and then inhale, do the same on the other side. All right, good. Bring those knees back up. You're going to come over onto your hands into your knees. We're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. With your inhale, you're just going to lengthen through that spine, reach the crown of the head towards the top of the mat. We're not dropping the belly or tilting the pelvis, we're just keeping it nice and neutral. With your exhale, you're going to take your hips all the way back towards your heels, but you're not pushing it down into a child's pose, you're just lengthening through the body. Then as you inhale, you're going to round back through your spine. And then exhale, release back into neutral. That's your little sequence. We're going to keep going. So we breathe in here, nice and long. Exhale, stay long, push the hips back. Inhale, round all the way through your spine. And then exhale, return it back to neutral. Got 4 more of those. Inhale here. Exhale, hips press back. Inhale, round through your spine. And then exhale, release back to neutral. 1 more, breathe in. Exhale, hips come back. Inhale, round. We're going to stay in this round. So really spread the shoulder blades apart. Relax the head and the neck. Push the spine up between the shoulder blades. If you want, you can tuck your toes. That can help. Just push that spine up a little bit more. Draw the belly to the back of the body, the belly button to the spine. Breathe. 1 more. Good, and then just release back into that neutral space. So we are going to come into a child's pose for a moment here. So take the big toes together, let those knees come nice and wide. Push your hips all the way back to your heels and then really release your arms further forward and the chest down to the ground, the head down to the ground. You want to keep pushing your butt back towards your heels and reaching your fingers towards the top of the mat. Make some space between the shoulders and the neck, between each shoulder blade and the other one. And then lengthen the fingertips away, creating length into the side of your body as well. And just stay here for around a minute and then we're going to come into a side bend in child's pose. So just keep breathing through, feel that release across your lower and middle back. If you want to, if your forehead is on the ground, you can just rock the head side to side, just massage across your forehead. This can be quite soothing. Unfortunately, it doesn't get rid of wrinkles though, I've tried. Okay, next time we come to an inhale, we're going to walk the hands over to the left hand side. So keep your body low and just walk the hands over. So your upper body may rest on your left leg, it may not. You're still pressing that right butt cheek down towards your right heel. If you feel you want a bit more stretch, take the right hand and interlace your fingers on top of the left. That's just going to stretch into the side of your body that little bit more. So we want to feel opening into the right ribs, right waist, right side of the body while still pressing our hips down and grounding through the lower body. One more breath here, feel those ribs expand when you inhale and then exhale. On your next inhale, just walk back into the middle. We're going to stay there for 2 breaths. Just release everything down to the mat again. And then the next time you breathe in, let's walk over to the right. Same option here. If you want to get a bit more stretch, you can interlace your fingers of your left hand into your right, pressing the left palm onto the back of your right hand. Keep pressing that left butt down towards your left heel, opening into the left side. Breathe into the left side of the body, into your ribs, into your waist. Good. Next time you inhale, let's walk the hands back to the center. Take a breath back in that neutral position. If you want to take the hands back towards the feet, you can. Otherwise, just keep the arms extended in front of you. A couple of breaths there. All right, as we breathe in, we're going to press back up. Hands press into the ground, hips lift up. We come back into all fours. And then we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to transition into Malasana. So hands start to walk closer towards your knees and then push your butt back towards your heel. It's just to get a sneaky toe stretching while we're at it. Although that is hideous on my bruised toe right now. you're comfortable to, come off your hands. See if you can align head, heart and pelvis. I have to come off that. And just stretch into the plantar fascia on the bottom of your feet. Use your breath to help you focus away from the sensation in the bottom of the feet. Just a couple more breaths here. If you want to roll into your wrists or anything to distract yourself, take it. Just keep stretching those feet. If it gets really hideous, you can just shift the weight forward a little bit. Otherwise, try and stay head over heart, heart over pelvis. All right, bring those hands down. And then you're just going to roll back onto the ball joints of your feet. Now, for some people, we can come into Malasana with the heels down. For other people, that doesn't work for them. So choose what feels right for you. But we're going to take the feet wider and slightly turn the toes out. And then you're going to let your butt kind of sink down in between your hips. So toes facing you. Just go to where feels right for your body. Keep the hands on the floor. You can use bricks if you want, or if you're comfortable, you place the palms together. You press the backs of your arms to the insides of your legs. So we're getting a similar stretch to what we did when we were in the butterfly, Baddha Konasana, but we're obviously in a different plane with the body and the spine. And you can use your arms to leverage into that stretch a little. I like to do a little shift side to side. You may not. Come on, Jackie. And just keep breathing here. You are, Carol. Okay, we're just here for a couple more breaths. This is really good for releasing your lower back, mobilizing into your hips. Okay, we're going to place the hands down onto the ground, and you're going to shift up through your hips and heel toe your feet together so that you end up in a Uttanasana forward fold. Now really let your head be heavy here. So just let the weight of your head just lengthen out through your spine. How close your feet are together is whatever feels comfortable for you. And then we're going to take opposite hands, well just put your hands on your elbows basically. And you're going to gently just sway through the body side to side. Just keep the crown of your head pointing down towards the mat. So we don't want any curve other than the natural curve in that neck. So you've got to let the weight of the head just dangle down. You're dangling everything. So your shoulders are released, your arms are heavy. You're still pushing down through the heels and lifting those hips up. We just want to create length throughout the whole body here. If you don't like swaying side to side, you don't have to. You can release the hands down to the ground or your legs if you prefer. Or you can take your hands behind your legs, help you fold a little bit closer towards your legs. Or you can even take opposite elbows behind your legs if you're so inclined. Do whatever feels right for you. And just stay here a few more breaths. So we're trying to work with our apana space here. So that is from your belly button down to your pubic bone. We want that to be in contact with your thighs. So you bend your knees as much as you need to get your belly onto your thighs. And then this movement is just helping us to massage this space, all our internal organs that do a lot of work for us day in, day out. And also shifting energy like we did with the tapping at the beginning. This apana space is for elimination. That doesn't mean just the literal sense of it. You can shift stuff that no longer serves us to. Okay, if you're still swaying side to side, just bring yourself to stillness for the last minute here. If you feel you need to come out of this before the end of this minute, just come up really slowly. I don't want anybody head rushing and falling over. So just slowly bring yourself up if you want to come out before. Just let your vertebrae stack one on top of the other and then just stand in a neutral position. Here for just about another 30 seconds. Just really feel that release happening in the body, across the shoulders, into the lower, middle and upper back. Alright, good. So, same as I just said, just slowly come up, please. Just really just roll each vertebrae, let it stack on top of itself.
Bend into the knees as much as you want, let the arms dangle.
Feel about 90 years old coming out of that. And then just roll through your shoulders. Just release off through the body. Good. Okay, we're going to come back down to the mat. So you can inhale, reach the arms up if you wish. Exhale, fold forward where we've just been, but then just bring your knees down to the mat and your hands are already there. I'm going to invite you to take either bricks or a bolster because we're going to come into a low lunge and stay in that for a little while. So the bricks can just help you kind of keep a little bit of length and height in your upper body. You can use your hands on the bolster if you prefer, or we take the bricks towards the top of the mat. And again, what level you have them on is whatever feels most comfortable in your body. So we're going to start with the left leg, and we're going to just bring that left leg forward. And we want to try and get a right angle from knee to ankle, and then you'll see my right knee is just further back, so I haven't got a right angle in my back leg, but I have got a right angle in my front leg. You can have your top of your foot facing down on the mat, or you can have your toes tucked, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And then with these bricks, we want to just push up and away from the earth, lengthening through the spine and opening across the chest. So we're inviting an active stretch into the front of your right leg, your hip flexor and your psoas. But we're continuing that length up and through the spine and out through the crown of the head. So you're not dumping your body down into these bricks, you're pushing up and out of them. So this is active. Whilst it's not dynamic, you are still active in this pose. And we're going to just hang out here. Bring your front foot forward a little bit. That's it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Just those little things. You can take your arms a bit wider if you want, Christina. You feel a bit wobbly. But if you feel better with them closer, stay there. Alright, good. Keep breathing. Keep lengthening. Keep opening. What a lovely evening. What do you think? I don't say it. Is it coming? Good, so we're going to stay in this for a while. As you know, with all of these poses that we hold, if you feel it's enough for you and you want to come out before I invite you to do so, then please do. Just listen to your body. So we are seeking an active stretch, but I don't want you to be in a place where you're in a level of discomfort or your breath has changed, which probably will happen if you're in a level of discomfort anyway. There's a difference between new feelings and sensations and discomfort, so make sure you're able to decipher and determine which it is for you first. But if you feel you've had enough, you move when you feel that. Otherwise, we'll probably be here about 1 more minute. Try your best to stay in your practice. It's yoga when we connect the mind, the body and the breath. If those three things are not connected together, we're just moving the body. Okay, let's take 2 more breaths here, nice and deep breath in. Exhale it out. 1 more. Let it go. And then this time on the inhale, you're going to push your butt back, lift your front toes, let that front leg lengthen. So you can move your hands and your bricks to wherever feels comfortable for you, and try not to lean over onto that side that you've got the knee down on the mat. Try and keep your pelvis down the center line. Push your butt back, but keep reaching your crown of head forward. So we're inviting length into the whole of the back of this left leg and through the spine. I'm going to just move my bricks so you can see better. Okay, you can stay here, or if you want to take a little bit more of a stretch, keep the right hand grounded on your brick, And lift your left arm up so you come into a bit of a twist through. Can be quite strong in the hamstring, so you don't have to take this if you're already getting plenty of stretch in the back of that left leg. Try and push up and out of that right hand. Keep the body long. Good. On your exhale, let that left hand come down. Shift the weight back forwards. Tuck the toes on your back foot and step back into a downward dog. Just release out here. So try and find a sort of a resting place in your downward dog if you can. So we press the heels down towards the ground, the hips up to the sky. We spread through the fingers. We push out from the palms and up into the shoulders, into the hips. Nice long line from crown of head to the top of your sacrum, your hips. And the gaze is sort of towards your thighs, belly, whatever works for you. All right, so we're going to come into that sequence on the other side. So you can either lift your right leg up and swing it through to come to the front, or you can come to all fours first and then bring yourself down. So just set yourself up first. We want that right angle on the right leg, not on the left. So the left knee is further back than directly underneath your hip. And then use those bricks if you wish to just lift the upper body that little bit more. So we create that length from crown of head all the way to the back foot. Open across your collarbones, your heart and your chest. Find as much space as you can in your body here. Use the breath to invite that space, or if you're feeling sensations in the front of that left leg, you can take the breath there. We'll be in this for a couple of minutes, exactly the same as before. If you would like to come out before that, listen to your own body and how you feel. Try and stay with that connection of breath, mind and body for this time of stillness if you can. Use the breath to invite the space into the body. Wherever you feel sensations or you feel you need a little bit more space and release, take the breath to that space. Again, try not to dump the body down, push up and out from the bricks under your hands. Find the anchor that helps you stay connected and in your practice. Your breath, your physical body, whatever it is. Okay, 3 more breaths here. Just nice deep inhale. Exhale out. Breathe it in. Let it go. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, next time you inhale, you're going to push back into Ardha Hanumanasana. So you straighten out through your front leg, you lift your front toes, you lengthen that front leg out, move the hands to wherever they need to be for you. And you push your butt back, but you lift your heart and your chest forward. So you're creating length through the upper body and that front leg. If we flex the toes, we get more of a stretch into the back of that leg. Again, just explore that within your own range. Stay here, or if you want to come into that twist, it's left hand that stays down, right arm reaches up, we twist through. Push up and out of your left hand, reach your right fingertips high. One more breath. If you're in the twist, just bring your hand down And then we're going to inhale, shift the weight back forwards, tuck your toes on your back foot and lift your back knee up. And then step yourself back into a downward dog again. Spread out through the hands, push out from the palms, hips high. We don't need the heels to be on the ground, we're just pushing them towards the ground as we draw the hips up to create length and space. Again, shake the head yes, no. If you need to, you can ensure that that neck is nice and relaxed. Head is nice and heavy. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath in. On our exhale, let's bring the knees down onto the ground. Okay, we're going to transition onto our backs. We're going to come into happy baby for a stay. So I'm going to give you a few options of where to put yourself. You just find whatever's most comfortable for you. So you want to bring the legs out in front, you want to be on your butt, and then we're going to lay the upper body down onto the ground. So we'll come into it in stages, and then you just stop at whatever stage feels right for you. So we're going to draw the knees in towards the body, just hold on to the shins and just hug your knees in. Try and keep as much of your back on the ground as you can. Take a little rock out side to side first of all, and then take your knees a little wider, as if you kind of draw the knees away from each other. Sorry, it's not very ladylike, but... And then if you want to rock with the knees wider, then do so. And then we're going to keep those knees wide. We're going to put the hands on the back of the thighs. So you draw your knees as close to your body as you can, but they're out at the sides of your ribs. If this feels enough for you, then stay here. If this feels like you're getting a good kind of opening into the backs of the legs and into your hips, then stay there. Otherwise, you have the option to keep the legs where they are, but hinge at the knees, so you take the soles of the feet up towards the sky. So knees still stay close to body, legs still stay wide. Keep the hands on the back of your thighs, or you can bring them up to your calves, your ankles, your shins, or if it's available, perhaps the feet. We still want to keep as much of the back on the ground as we can. We want to keep the knees wide and the legs, the thighs close to the sides of the body and the ribs. This is another one where you can rock side to side if you wish, or if you would prefer, you can just stay in stillness. We're just adding a little bit of gravity into those hip joints with the arms. It doesn't matter which position of arms you've chosen. We're just adding a little bit more weight onto those legs. And if you're rocking side to side, just offers a little massage into your lower back, middle back. So we're going to be here for probably 2 or 3 minutes. So again, if you feel you want to come out prior to the end of that time, please just listen to your own body. Yeah, I'm going to give us an option to extend into the legs probably in the last minute. You don't have to take that if you don't want to. So during this quiet time, just try and continue with that connection of mind, body and breath. Stay in your yoga practice. Try not to wander off to past or future. Relax the shoulders as well. If you're holding onto your legs, just make sure you're not creating tension through the shoulders and the wrists. Maybe you can feel the breath a little more in your belly in this posture, or the ribs against the mat as you breathe in. Okay, so I'm going to give you an option to extend into the legs. You don't have to take it if you don't want, but if you do, as you inhale, you just lengthen through your right leg. Keep the hand in contact with your legs, so it doesn't have to go straight, just lengthen it out. And then as you exhale, you bend back into it. Inhale, left side, lengthen out. Exhale, bend back in. Just keep taking this with the rhythm of your breath. Your inhale lengthens the leg out. Your exhale bends that knee back down towards the body. Just one leg at a time. Alternate left and right. If you're taking that lengthening, just do 2 more on each side. Still alternate. And then just return back to stillness in your happy baby. Just for the last 10-15 seconds here. Good. Let as much of your back be connected to the ground as you can, the back of the pelvis. And then we're slowly going to start to release. So just let the hands come away. Slowly let the feet come down to the ground. Just take it slow. My suggestion to counter pose would be to extend the legs away nice and long and reach the arms up overhead. But if you feel there's another way for you that feels more natural, do it. But we kind of want to be in the opposite plane and position of where we just were. So lengthening the legs is going to help us do that. Reaching the arms up overhead, point the toes, flex the toes. Good. Okay, we're going to come into a couple of twists now. We'll give you the option to use the bolster if you wish. You don't have to. If you want to use the bolster, then you're going to take it between your ankles and your knees and give it a bit of a squeeze. You don't have to use it, you can just take the twist without it, it's up to you. So we're on our backs, as much of the back's connected to the mat as possible, and the arms are out nice and wide, palms facing up as long as that's comfortable in your shoulders. If you're using the bolster, just give it a squeeze and draw your knees in towards your chest. And then on an exhale, the legs are coming over to the left. Try to keep your right shoulder down towards the ground as best you can. You can turn your head over towards the right side if you want to add a little bit more axial rotation into your spine. If that's not comfortable in your neck or anywhere else, then just keep the head nice and neutral. Soften or close the eyes and breathe into the twist. I'm going to stay in this for a few minutes, and I'm going to give you an option to extend the top leg once we're a couple of minutes in. Again, key word here is option. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. Continue uniting the body, the breath, the mind, so we can stay in our practice. And invite that space into the whole of your right side, your right waist. Let that right leg be really heavy. Just let it sink down on top of the bolster or on top of the left leg. You want to be able to completely release the legs. Just let the weight of the legs ground them down towards the ground or to the bolster. If you wish, you can extend the top leg, so you lengthen the top leg out. Some people may be able to take their peace fingers around the big toe, other people perhaps not. We're just taking a little bit of a stretch into the glutes and the back of the right leg if you're choosing to take this option. As I say, it's an option, you don't have to take it if you'd rather not. If you have extended that top leg, just bend it back so that knees and ankles are joined. And as we inhale, gently draw your navel to your spine and bring the knees back up towards the sky. in towards your chest. Take any little wiggles or adjustments you need to take before we go across to the other side. So the same options, use the bolster, don't, it's up to you. As you exhale, let the knees come over to the right hand side. Try your best to keep your left shoulder down towards the ground. Option to turn your head to face your left hand, as long as that feels comfortable in your head and your neck and your back. Take the breath now into your left side, left waist, left ribs. Maybe again you feel it in your belly in this position. Continue inviting that connection between mind, body and breath. If you wish, you can extend the left leg long. Perhaps hold on to the foot or take the peace fingers around the big toe. But still want to keep that leg heavy. Flex into the foot. Three more breaths here, just breathing in. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. If your leg's extended, just bend it back so the knees and ankles are stacked. Or you're back in contact with your bolster. And then as you breathe in, just bring the navel to the spine and the knees back over your chest. Take a little rock side to side, hug the knees in, whatever you need to do. And then if you had the bolster, just release the bolster away. I'm going to give you an option with the legs crossed. If you would prefer to have the bolster on the ground, and when you cross the legs, you rest the legs on the bolster, then you're very welcome to do so, because crossing the legs just adds into the twist that little bit more. So we're going to cross the right leg over the left, so it's thighs that connect, and squeeze those thighs together. Arms stay as they are, and we go over to the left side. So as I say, you're welcome to have the bolster there and rest the legs down onto the bolster if that feels more suitable for you today. And we're just going to release those legs down to the ground, still inviting the right shoulder to stay towards the mat as best you can, and letting those legs be really heavy. If you're not using the bolster and your legs aren't touching the floor, put the bolster underneath so that you can really release the legs. Same option with the head. If you wish, you can turn it away from the direction of your knees towards your right hand. Again, only do that if that feels okay in your body. Are you holding hands?
Yeah, we're connecting.
We're not going to stay in this one quite as long, but just find a few breaths into the side body. This twist is great for elimination, working into that apana region, but also for the health of your spine. Releasing into the lower back, waist, maybe a little bit into the hips. 3 more breaths here, just breathing in, exhale out, inhale, exhale, last one, breathing in, and exhale out. Good. On your inhale, gently draw your navel to your spine, let those legs come back up and uncross them. If you're going to be using the bolster, just move it across to the other side. And then we're going to cross the left thigh over the right.
And on your exhale, the legs are coming over to the right hand side. Try to keep your left shoulder down towards the mat. Option to turn the head towards the left hand if you wish. See how much you can let go in those legs. Just let them be heavy and sink down to the ground. Surrender to gravity. Stay connected to the breath, to the body, to the mind. Keep breathing and creating space wherever you can. Space in your head, space in your body. Enjoy the last of this quiet time. You're going to take 3 more breaths here. Breathing in. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, breathe it in. And exhale, let it go. Next time you inhale, navel to spine, legs come back over the body, uncross. And then just extend the legs down the mat, take the feet away from each other, take the arms away from the body, and find yourself in savasana. Just let the body surrender down to the ground. Release the shoulders, soften across your face. And just take your attention down towards your feet and invite your feet to relax. I'm relaxing my feet. My feet are relaxed. Relax into your ankles and take your attention to the lower legs, shin, calf. Invite your lower legs to relax. I'm relaxing my lower legs. My lower legs are relaxed. Take that relaxation across the knees and up towards your hips. Relax your whole legs now, left leg and right leg, from the tips of your toes all the way up to your hips. I'm relaxing my legs. My legs are relaxed. Soften across the tummy, the lower back, into your glutes. Left and right side of your waist. Rib cages as they wrap around your body front to back. Shoulder blade left and right. Every single vertebrae of your spine. And across your collarbones and your chest. Invite your upper body to relax. I'm relaxing my upper body. My upper body is relaxed. Let that softness trickle down from your shoulders to the tops of your arms, the crease of your elbows, and down your forearms to your wrists. Invite your arms to relax. I'm relaxing my arms. My arms are relaxed. The palm and the back of your hands, every single finger and thumb. Invite your hands to relax. I'm relaxing my hands. My hands are relaxed. Let that softness trickle around the backs and the side of your neck, releasing the muscles around your skull and softening across your forehead, your eyebrows. All the tiny muscles around your eyes, and let your eyelids be heavy. Relax across your cheeks, your lips, your mouth and your jaw. I'm relaxing my head, My head is relaxed. From the crown of your head all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Your whole body now, your whole body is relaxed. I'm going to read you a little poem from Donna Ashworth. It's called I Wonder If You Know. I wonder if you know the work your body has done today and every day. How much disease it has fought off, how many times it could have failed but continued to battle on. How many ways it could have broken but did not. I wonder if you know the work your body has done today and every day. Each day it does this amazing job without your help, without your approval, your acceptance, or your kindness. Each day it has soldiered on regardless of the constant stream of negativity that pulse its way from your brain to your cells. Chance of not being good enough, the right shape. Perhaps it's time to see your body for what it truly is, a mind-blowingly competent machine, a vessel for your soul where it needs to be in this life and enable you to live it. I wonder if you know how much better you would be as a team, you and your body. I wonder. I invite you to begin to draw your attention to the parts of your body in contact with the surface below. Without opening the eyes, just beginning to get a sense of your body in this room, your body on your mat, your body in this space. Perhaps invite some gentle movement into your fingers, into your toes. And then slowly introduce whatever movement feels natural and right for you. Perhaps you want to hug your knees, take a stretch, roll to one side, whatever it is. Find your way there. And then slowly and kindly find your way to a comfortable seat to close up practice. There is no rush, take your time, move with kindness. I invite you to connect your palms together in Anjali Mudra and just bring your thumbs to your heart space, your chin down towards your fingertips. A little nod of respect for our amazing bodies and a nod of respect from me to you for taking this time to do what's right by your mind, your body, your emotions and your energy. This hour of quiet, I hope, serves you well. Thank you for sharing this space with me this evening. Namaste.
Namaste.